Welcome to the Adama space station, my lord. I'm Ensign Rail. I gather this visit is because you'll be traveling through to the surface of Hoth.
I did not come here to share my plans with ensigns.
I'm dreadfully sorry, my lord. I was assigned to assist you upon your arrival. I'll be scanning you so I can customize your cold weather equipment. Then I'll arrange your briefing. There we are. As you're on the VIP list, Lieutenant Halpern will brief you. He's in the theatre. Good day.
Attention, a lord is present. At ease. Let's get this started. Ostensibly, the conflict on Hoth is over salvage from a battle that happened above the planet. In reality, it is our trap for the Republic.
So the salvage is worthless? Or is it just too hard to get to?
A bit of each. There is a fairly major pirate force that holds much of what the Republic wishes to recover. The Imperial plan is not to gain ground, but rather to make the battle as costly as possible to the Republic. We want our forces small and mobile, and while the Republic keeps chasing victory, we bleed them dry of personnel and equipment.
The strategy seems sound. How will it change what I do?
It means we will rely heavily on small unit groups, such as yourself, to cause damage and withdraw. Pitched battles are lost battles.
My lord, forgive the interruption. I brought your cold weather equipment.
We were just finishing, Ensign.
This should keep your core body temperature up. When you're ready, report to a pilot in the shuttle bay for transport to the planet.
Colonel Vanis at Dawn Base will be waiting for you. Good luck down there.
The planet awaits, my lord. Commander Triton will want to meet with you.
My briefing said I was to meet a Colonel Vanis.
I don't know anything about that. Commander Triton's the one listed as in charge now. I'm sure he can fill you in on the story. I need to de-ice the shuttle here.
Your advice boils down to doing nothing, and that I cannot do.
Sir, I respect your bravery, but if you see this through personally, you will be dead. And whose leadership will we have then? My lord, we're glad you've arrived. May I introduce Commander Triton, and myself, a humble captain, corps name Udrus.
Lieutenant Halpern sent word you would be coming, and we've never had greater need of you.
Colonel Vanis, the commander of this base, is missing. We fear he's dead, along with all the most experienced men from this base.
Fill me in on the situation.
The Colonel went out to investigate evidence of a possible spy probe near the ice lake. He was under heavy guard.
We received a distress call. It was obvious he found trouble.
Scout 1 to Dawn Base. Heavy casualties. Taking heavy casualties. We're under attack. We can't see the...
What on this world could take out an armed group of officers?
Besides the Republic, there are Wampers, pirates, mostly aliens unafraid of the Empire.
But we can't simply cower in our base when the mission is to damage and exhaust the Republic.
And our men can't do it. Commander, this visit is a gift to us from fate.
Whoever is behind this will be nothing but a blot on the snow.
Indeed. I have heard of the power of Sith. I only hope that you have not come too late. Our best-case scenario is that Colonel Vanis's communications tipped off the Republic, and he's gone quiet.
But if I were out in that cold, I'd have called for a rescue. If you can find the Colonel, everyone on this base is in your debt.
I found Colonel Vanis. He was dead. Murdered by Republic Tals.
Tals. That would make sense. Cold adapted, Republic aligned. I've not killed their kind before. What about you, Commander?
What? Yes, of course.
The base awaits your orders, Commander.
We are having deep morale issues in the forward outpost. I must show them that we can triumph without Colonel Vanis. Now is the time for reprisals. These chittering animals will not get away with this. I want 10 of the Republic to suffer for every one of ours dead. I want every last Tolls wiped out, their heads on sticks out in the frost.
Anything you'd like to add?
The main thrust of the plan is sensible, but given our limited knowledge, I suggest the plan be refined before use. A covert action is advisable, or we'll end up wiping out one group and causing the rest to go into hiding. I have data arrays we could install in their communications link. If we did that, we could locate and estimate their numbers before we hit them.
They weren't carrying handheld comms. They've probably got way stations. I can bug those.
This sounds plausible. As much as I hate to admit it, Udris is usually right about these things.
Commander! Come in, Commander!
Go ahead, Scout 5.
We found a nest of Tolls on the ice lake. Too many to engage. Transmitting coordinates now.
Our luck is changing. If we can get those arrays into whatever they're using for communications, we'll soon know what we need.
When you're done, report to the forward outpost. It's closer to the lake, and the men there can see your success in person.
Good to hear from you. We've been receiving the feed from the data arrays, and what we've learned is quite interesting. We had assumed there were 1, perhaps 2 groups of Tals out there. We found 6. Had we attacked earlier, we would have gotten 1 group and the other 5 would have gone to ground.
Planning makes the victory greater.
It certainly paid off in this case. Unfortunately, we have one more step to take.
The good part is we know how many Tals there are, and the bad part is we don't have enough forces to hit all 6 groups at once. We have devised a plan to put the Tals in position for a killing blow. Their supplies, weapons, medical equipment, and the high-calorie food they require, all of it is stored in one central location. They may be adapted to the cold, but without their supplies, they wouldn't last a week. So we will destroy their cache.
By all means, continue.
We want them to panic and launch an all-out, last-ditch attack on us, and we'll be waiting. If I were them, and suddenly without food, I would raid this base. So we will amplify our defenses here and spring the trap shut. Unfortunately, getting at their supplies may be difficult. They are in a series of ice caves overrun by Wampers.
The more challenging, the better.
If that is the case, I suggest an alternative. We are desperately short on supplies here. If you could bring back all you find, it could make a valuable difference.
But we'd need over 100 kilos of food alone. How would anyone carry that and still fight?
You'd be surprised how much I can carry.
Daring, my lord. I hope you're making the right call. Take anything of theirs that gives them aid or comfort. Make them come crawling. Let them know who the masters of this miserable world are.
Your cargo, Captain Udris. In one piece, as am I.
Yes, my lord. You'll be pleased to know that we have kept up our end of the plan.
The base is prepared for war. We have security fields, sensors, anti-personnel guns. We'll obliterate any Tals that dares approach.
Commander! Commander! There's reports of a Tolls attack.
Excellent. What wing are they headed for?
No wing, sir. They're at the power station. They're overrunning the guards. They brought bombs.
These Tals have no fear. Even when their army is at its last breath, they want to take us down with them.
If they kill the power station, we'll have no heat. We'll have to evacuate, or we won't last past nightfall.
Don't tell me you didn't think of this.
The station's guards won't be able to hold off the entire Tal's force.
I'll call for reinforcements from a Damus orbital. They should be able to land within the hour. Just get to that power station, and quickly.
I don't listen to anyone who plants bombs in my power station.
Lieutenant Auron reporting in, my lord. Our company is on the ground and we have secured the perimeter.
Tell me you cut off their retreat.
Absolutely, my lord. We assessed the situation and countered it. Good to see this place still standing. We'll finish up here. If you return to Dawn Base, Commander Triton will no doubt want to congratulate you in person.
And you say the Sith held off the entire Tol's force, single-handed?
It sounds incredible, to be sure, but here, I'll let you talk directly. My lord, we cannot express our gratitude. May I introduce Moff Braynor, overseer of the Hoth system, among others.
I heard you telling them off the good news.
Yes. You saved us from giving a much bleaker report.
If not for you, Dawn Base would have been lost, and all the outposts that depend on it. It is for that reason I ask you your opinion. Would you say Commander Triton or just Captain Udris was more instrumental in the base's defense?
Captain Udris's advice formed most of our key strategies. We relied on him heavily.
That is as I expected. Very well. Captain Udris, you are now Colonel Udris. I am putting the base's welfare in your hands until further notice.
I don't believe I've heard of a CHIS ranking so high before.
It is unprecedented, but Captain Udris is well known for his skill and judgment.
Sir, if I might ask, do you think the enlisted men will have a problem taking orders from Colonel Udris?
You mean, will they refuse orders from a CHIS? They will at first. Then they will be made examples.
Make it clear what happens to the disobedient, and you will do fine.
That is correct. The fastest remedies to insubordination are force and fear.
I will keep that in mind, Moff Braynor. Thank you.
That will be all.
Well, that went better than expected.
I suppose we should be happy we don't have pirate problems here.
He's referring to another security failure. Captain Revar at Leth Outpost lost a reactor substation to the White Moor pirates. We have asked much of you, but Captain Revar has not, and his soldiers desperately need relief at the Leth Outpost. If you have the time, look in on them.
What is this? I asked not to be disturbed. Ah, it is you. Commander Triton and that CHIS fellow spoke well of you. Make yourself at home. I was busy calculating our chances in case the Republic attacks. It looks grim. If they bring a force of any real size, we're doomed.
If you have enemies, send me at them. You will be safe soon enough.
Our skeleton crew is willing to fight, but we need automated guns to make up for the lack of numbers, and those eat power. What we really need is to tap into the nearby geothermal power substation, but it's been taken by the White Moor. We don't have the manpower to take on those pirates, and we've got a base that'll black out in any sustained fight with the Republic.
Criminals are no threat to me. Frozen ones less so.
The White Moor's Hawks are more like an army than criminals. Our kill ratio for them is about 1 to 10. This is an energy coupling you'll need to install when you've eliminated all resistance. It should divert flow back to the outpost. With that power, our guns will be operational and give us a fighting chance. Go in strength. You did it. We're running on geothermal power now. We blew a circuit when it came on, but that was easily fixed. Did the Hawks prove difficult?
They proved clumsy and stupid. I could have fought twice that number.
I thought as much. Sith have an extremely high success rate in combat against irregular forces. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to oversee the deployment of our sensors and weapons. We've already begun the installation of our defense systems, and we're on schedule to be done before nightfall.
Sir, the Republic frequencies are alive with chatter. They somehow knew we had a power surge just now, so I swept for bugs and I found this. An energy monitor.
Do we have a spy or a traitor?
Based on the Republic's internal communications, they had this installed long before we took over this outpost. I only looked because the Republic chatter was so obviously shocked by the influx of power. They won't attack here. They'll bomb the main geothermal reactor to black out the entire sector.
Do you agree that's the most likely target?
If the grid goes cold, it'll get rid of all the pirates plugged into it too. It's a solid win for the Republic.
They'll have to cut through the Ortolan workers there and the White Moor pirates, but they're sending Zero Squad snowtroopers. If I were a gambler like the captain here, I'd bet on them.
My name alone will destroy them.
Yes, I'm sure your confidence will serve you well, my lord. Zero Squad is the Republic's best. If you defeat them, just think of the humiliation.
All civilians need to evacuate the station. Step away from the console with your hands on your head. I said, step away from the console with your hands on your head.
Did you seriously sign up for the army so you could threaten Ortolans?
Intruders! I've got intruders in the shaft room!
It's obvious I'm not here for your benefit. Why aren't you running? You provide the expertise, and the Empire will provide protection.
There they are! Get them!
It's over. The reactor is secure, and the Empire now has a deal with the Orderlands.
I was hoping they'd stay on. The last time we took over a reactor, we had to translate all their labels into BASIC. I'll ask Command to send reinforcements there. Looks like we're going to be holding some ground after all.
So, what's the next step?
We require no further assistance, but I would like to ask a personal favor. The captain of Thesh outpost on the glacier is what you might call a friend. We went through the academy together. He's been wounded, and his outpost is battling a group of survivalist fanatics called the Hailstorm Brotherhood. You could make the difference.
I have other matters in mind.
I see. Well, too much to be hoped for, I suppose. If you'll excuse me, I need to go check on the installation process for our guns. Good day.
Please return to the medical bay. You may further injure yourself by walking.
I heard you the first 5 times. Now be silent. I have an outpost to defend. So, you made it past the pass in the mountains. I'm surprised the Hailstorm Brotherhood let anyone through.
Your old friend is alive and well. Hoth is turning our way.
Revar. It is too long since I've heard from him. Apparently not doing so well he could send a fighting force. We've been cut off from the other outpost by the Hailstorm Brotherhood, a cult of madmen in the White Moor Pirates. You see this wound? Dressed it with seasonings from the rations when we ran out of colto. In a few days, we'll be eating boot leather to survive.
Are you going to take this indignity from a handful of pirates?
We're weaker from hunger than I'd like to say. They're starving us out, and it's working. One defeat will be our last. What about you? Could you face them?
I will break their ranks and send them screaming.
Yes. Turn their ambush against them and cut them down as they flee. Then, when you have the bodies piled... curse it, another stitch.
Sir, I did say you need to be on bed rest.
Very well. The Brotherhood like to use downed speeders as bait. They should be easy enough to find. Good hunting.
I found the Hailstorm Brotherhood you spoke of. The pass is clear.
Is that so? Glad to hear their bodies are finally getting colder. Those maniacs have laughed at us for far too long. But here's something they don't know. We found out where they hide. The Hailstorm Brotherhood make camp in an open-air fortress cut out of the ice, not far from here. I guess caves were too easy. They obey what their beloved Master Sav tells them to. He's their legend, a man who can survive anywhere. Kill the head of their little personality cult, and the body will fall apart.
He's got Master in his name. Is he on the Jedi Council, or is it just a nickname?
We assume he doesn't use the Force, or else he wouldn't be able to teach his skills to so many. He's tapped into something in the human body, which makes him and his followers plenty dangerous. If you go into that ice fortress, don't give him any chances.
I like killing cultists. It makes me feel like I'm tidying up the galaxy.
Agreed. But I have one final request. Master Sav is responsible for this. For me. For my men. When you kill him, you let him know what a mistake he made leaving me alive.
It seems you have some skill, stranger.
You are not the effete little warriors they usually send our way. I suppose you were also the one who slew so many in the White Ridge Hills.
What do I have to do to get you to leave this planet?
What's this? A genuine question from an Imperial? Interesting. What I want is the thrill of living in adversity. To know that I do not survive. I excel. I compete to outcompete anyone. Anywhere. For you, I have a challenge.
It's past time I ended you.
I think not.
Master Sav is dead. I found him in the Ice Fortress and cut him down.
Then the Brotherhood will be broken. Their cult of personality has lost its savior. I will contact Dawnbase to send supplies to us. It won't be long before we clear out the Brotherhood's remnants. But Master Sav was just one of many. Soon we'll go after the big game. Boss Undro, Ellis Tarn, and the other Whitemore kingpins.
Never heard of them.
That's how they like it. Low profile. But intelligence has worked up a list of their names. Admiral Holt is going to order an attack. Fixer 308 at Xeric Outpost would have the details. The outpost's in the ship graveyard, prime Whitemore turf. If anyone's come up with a way to hammer the pirates right off this rock, the Fixer would know. Give her a try.
In conclusion, Admiral, this seems like the most opportune window we'll get. All I need is the go-ahead.
It meets with my approval. Fixer, you may brief the volunteers and commence with the mission. Over and out.
My lord, just who I was expecting. I'm Fixer 308. We've been tracking you since we heard about your success with the Tolls.
What do you have for me?
We've been hitting the White Maw hard lately. Enough so that they've called a meeting of their gangs. The loss of the power station was a bigger blow than we thought. Every one of their gangs will be represented. We intend to get you into that meeting and have you capture or kill everyone present. The hard part is getting there.
Did you have a scheme in mind?
The shuttles of the leaders' trusted captains will have the meeting's coordinates programmed into their navicomputers. What you'll need to do is find a lieutenant with a shuttle, kill him, and get his access card to steal his ship. Once you get access to the shuttle, fly it to their hideout, track down the gang leaders, and take them out. Can you do that?
All things are possible through the Force.
Good. Here's a dossier on the leaders you'll be terminating. Our psych profiles indicate that, given the opportunity, some of them may surrender. It's up to you. Lastly, if you find an opportunity to search their files, take it. There's no telling what secrets these malcontents have hidden away.
We've heard enough alarms. The time has come to move our base of operations to Lorimar.
Why go to Lorimar when nothing can reach us here? The guards will handle whatever intruder's at the door.
I don't think so.
I don't know who you think you are, but you made a bad mistake opening this door.
Esa silgo terbena ser zet lakata.
I owe you nothing but a swift death. I did as you said. There were a few bumps, but they've been smoothed out.
I wouldn't have wanted to see what they'd do to me once I contacted Korriban and told them I got a Sith Lord killed. So the White Maw finally falls. I wonder, was this the nerve center of their operation, or are their valuables hidden elsewhere?
I found a place called Lorimar in their databanks. It's likely their stash is there.
Lorimar. I wonder if that has to do with the inventor, Lorimar. He was quite a droid maker before he vanished a decade or so back. We should probably send a salvage team to investigate. But seeing as you trusted me with this information, I think I'll mark the area as unsecured until you're finished with it. That way the reclamation service doesn't get first crack.
I'll be there in but a moment.
Thank you. I doubt I could have trusted someone else to bring this operation to a close.
I am Heavy Resource Recovery Machine 5. I will not allow you to open the cases. Do you understand?
I have destroyed far worse than you.
That statement has a high probability of being inaccurate. Neutralization mode engaged.
I went to the pirates' hideout. I found this neural chipset for a battle droid. I think Lorimar designed it.
Well, the stamp seems consistent with his work. Wait, it's brilliant. He's solved the traditional limitations of a chipset brain. Hold on a moment, I need to make a call. Admiral, we've recovered a battle droid neural chipset from the White Moor. It's the advancement we've been waiting for.
From the White Moor? What are they doing with tech like that?
They had it hidden in the last known location of the inventor Lorimar.
Lorimar? That would make sense. His robotics always were top-notch.
It's a quad-photonic neural chipset, Admiral. If you put this in a battle droid, it'll think on its feet better than most humans. It could change the course of the war.
For someone who's dropped off the map, Lorimar's work still seems cutting edge.
Completely. We'll get this to the space station at once.
I'll alert the reclamation service to the Lorimar area. There's no telling what else might be there. As for you, I'd take a well-earned vacation. Somewhere warm.